And how's everyone doing tonight? Wednesday night, hump day. Hope your week is going really well. And we've got a few things to update tonight. It is just going to be a vlog, although this day has been much better than the last couple of days, I have to say. And I'm going to explain that in a minute. We're on day 403, QoS shaping, BE excess burst. I'm going to talk a little bit about that. Not in terms of like explaining it, but just kind of going into my journey and sort of learning this topic. So, yeah, yesterday, I don't know what happened. It's been actually a sort of an uphill week. Um, I don't know why, but I've just been having sort of technical issues and time issues, and um, I've been behind on just about everything. Today was a catch-up day of sorts. I don't know why, but one is I got this PC seems to be working much better. I think I figured out what was going on. Even though I have a Mac with a hybrid drive, it's called, and it's basically a standard disk drive and an SSD, right? Solid or SSD, a solid state drive. And basically, the Mac kind of determines where things are going to go. It figures out like what you use the most, and it puts that on your SSD. Well, I seem to have plenty of disk space available, but I kept having different programs pop up and say you're running low on disk space or you're out of, memory and things like that. So today I did some cleaning house, and the system seems to be running a lot better. Yesterday, actually, when I kicked off the stream, I came in here to start, and OBS was locked up, hard lock. The system was locked, which is very unusual for a Mac. So anyway, I think that's going better. For some reason, anyway, I apologize. Yesterday's stream upload, it recorded just fine. There was no audio, so I just removed it. I did talk a little bit yesterday about PowerShell. I've been doing quite a bit of work in PowerShell related to orchestration and automation in Azure, and I don't know, it's been going really well. I actually found out that you can. Well, I knew this, but I think it's PWSH that launches PowerShell on the Mac. Yeah, so PowerShell, of course, is based in sort of .NET, and .NET has a number of different libraries. One is .NET Core, and as you can see here, I think it shows this. Yeah, PowerShell Core. So PowerShell Core can run on basically any operating system. It does have some limited functionality, though, module support and everything compared to running it on a native Windows computer. But yeah, you can run PowerShell. Now, why would you do that? I have Bash. Why would I need PowerShell? And the only reason you really use it is if you are doing things in Azure or against maybe traditional infrastructure, but you have a Mac. Yeah, you can run a good bit of PowerShell through the PowerShell core. So anyway, been doing that. Also QoS study. That's been going pretty well today anyway. I could not seem to carve out any time. I was just so behind Monday and Tuesday. But today I actually had some good time. Made some progress on shaping, which is good. Also talked a little bit, you missed this because yesterday my mic wasn't working, but I did get behind. I got really behind on flashcards, and today I got caught up finally. It took me parts of 3 days. That's the thing, you can't get too far behind. On a Windows computer though, it says that I am behind. There's a new version. Okay, so it's still saying that I'm caught up. I just added a few new cards. Let me see if they're here. No, they're not. They're not syncing. Okay, I have to figure that out because, Anki just got an update. So I updated on the Mac, and I just updated it on a Windows computer, And I added a couple of cards, and it's not synchronizing. I don't know what the deal is there, but I'm going to have to figure that out. But I got caught up today, which is great. I've learned, finally, I think, PPPoE commands. So, you know, I've been going over those like every day. And I think I finally got the command down, whether it's a client or a server. So that's good. That's been a bit of a challenge. Some of the EIGRP commands and BGP that I struggle with on the lab, the foundation lab this weekend. Of course, I made cards for a lot of that stuff, and I've been practicing. So this weekend, I plan to do the same topic again, or the same foundation lab again, start from the beginning. And this time I expect it'll go much, much faster. So anyway, QoS study will get, I got stuck on excess burst concept of shaping. There's a really good explanation in the QoS exam guide for shaping in the beginning, but it got to excess, and I don't know, it just wasn't sticking. So I finally found today some great material, network lessons, and I have not actually opened up network lessons in a while. And I opened it up today, and when you first log in, it'll actually show you like some of the latest articles, because generally I believe this Rene Molinar, this is his site, and he adds generally a lesson a week, I believe. So it's really cool, though, some of the topics that he has added. A lot of this is related to evolving technologies. So yeah, I noticed data models and structures. That's new. Network automation and orchestration, cloud connectivity. I've seen this one before. I think the last time I logged in, this was posted. So anyway, yeah, he's been adding new things, which is great. And then the concept of excess burst was very well explained. I think what did it for me is the concept of the token bucket. Because actually, when Rene explains shaping, he doesn't get into the token bucket until he starts talking about excess burst, which makes sense. But essentially, let's say you have, for example, a committed burst of 8,000 bits. So what will happen is, let's say your TC is 0.125, and your committed burst is 8,000 bits. So at every TC, so at every 0.125, 125 milliseconds, the shaper is going to take from the buffer, and it's going to transmit on the interface, on the line, quote unquote, 8,000 bits every 0.125 seconds. So every 125 milliseconds. But what happens is, in this case, for example, on a, I think the example was a 64 or 128 kilobit circuit, and the shaper is at 64 kilobits per second. So what that means is, over time, you're essentially sending about half, of your rate that you can send on the circuit. So what the excess burst allows is to say it goes to the token bucket paradigm. And what it says is, let's say you have a bucket with tokens for each bit. So each TC, every 125 milliseconds, your token bucket receives 8,000 tokens. That's your BC. And let's say you use all those, right, for a number of different TCs, time intervals. And then another time interval comes around and you only use, 4,000 tokens. So what committed burst allows you to do is it basically gives you a bigger bucket. And it says, and this is what helped me today. So let's say you have a committed burst of 1,000 bits. So what happens is now your bucket size is 9,000 tokens or bits. But every TC, you will only add, right, 8,000 tokens or bits. A token is, of course, the like a ticket or the right to transmit 1 bit on the line from the buffer. So basically what that means is, let's say I use only 4,000. What that means is I'm able to save those. I essentially have so I'm issued 8,000 tokens, right? And I only use 4,000. That means I have 4,000 left over. And what will happen is at the next interval, I can add now 5,000 tokens. I'll never add more than 8,000, right, per interval. But now I can add 5,000 bits, and at the beginning of the TC, I'm allowed to send up to 9,000 bits instead of just 8,000. So I'm allowed to have a larger burst at each TC. And even though I can only be issued up to 8,000 tokens per interval, I can save any of those leftover tokens to fit into the 1,000 tokens into the bucket, right? So because traffic is bursty, and that the nature of traffic is very bursty. So that's the excess burst. I'm still studying that concept a little bit. Now that I've finished the network lessons on shaping, that lesson, I'm going to go back to the QoS exam guide, and that should make a lot more sense now. And I'm going to continue reading that guide tonight. So anyway, this is my attempt to sort of explain what I've learned, which helps me. Maybe it helps you, I'm not sure. But yeah, no labs tonight. One meat chunk I have, and this is of course posted in Discord. Great blog. I may have actually already posted it on stream, but just in case, it's really good. So this is from Dmitry, who's also a member of the Discord channel and a friend of mine. So great article. Definitely check it out. A wise man beyond his years. So anyway, that's it. That's it for today. Thanks so much for hanging out. I'm pretty sure that this audio is recording. I tested it, so it should be good. And we will plan on now tomorrow night. I have a change, but it has been pushed back to later at night. So I will most likely be streaming tomorrow night as well. And we may be able to do or kick off a lab on shaping, hopefully. Let's see what the workbook says on like the shaping labs, because that would be the next thing. Actually, I think the reason I went into shaping, well, I'm going in the order of the QoS exam guide book. So whatever topics it covers, that's what I cover next. And I'll try to lab that next. So what I did was, this chapter is shaping and policing. Okay, and it has bandwidth reservations is the next lab. MQC, bandwidth reservations, and CBWFQ. And it has shaping in there as well. So we may be able to do that tomorrow, hopefully. Maybe knock out a lab or two. Anyway, that's going to be it for tonight. Thanks for hanging out, folks. Thanks for all the support. Oh, by the way, if you are looking for a place to stay in San Diego, and you've got your, travel, you're trying to get your travel together, hit me up in the Discord, because in the next few days, it might have to wait till this weekend, but I'm going to go ahead and probably book a Airbnb, and likely for multiple people. So I'll just make arrangements. There are folks on Router Gods too who are interested. So hit me up on Discord. Otherwise, we'll also try to make some plans to get together at Cisco Live, any US, any of those who will be there. Thanks so much for stopping in. We'll see you back here tomorrow night, same time, here on the LAN Tamer stream. Have a good night.